build on. Some of the things that Michael didn't do well, he can get coached up on. But also, Skip, I think the thing is now is that what the NFL has done is that Michael Vick, Dan Reeves was his head coach. Dan Reeves was my first head coach. They really didn't know what they had with Mike. Mike was ahead of his time. Because if you had Michael Vick now with these coaches that have gone and studied college tape and how to use these guys and how to call plays that run the quarterback, not just, okay, quarterback draw and just take off. No, they got elaborate design schemes that can get Lamar Jackson on the edge. Mike didn't have that. Basically, Mike was like a quarterback draw or a sweep, Skip, where they rolled Warwick Dunn and everybody that side, and Vic follows him. You look at the way Greg Roman is calling this thing, you're like, wow, I've seen that before. So both are, they're really, the only similarities really, I look at them, they're black and they can, run, yes, 1,000 yards and that. But Skip, at this point right now, Lamar Jackson is the MVP. You can see the maturation that he's gone through from year 1 to year 2 as far as his ability to throw the football. He's up 8 percentage points just throwing the football. Skip, the guy threw, 6 touchdowns in 7 games last year as a starter. He's at 28. So right now, Lamar Jackson is better than Michael Vick because I think the coaching that he has and the system that they can use and put him in can take full advantage. I don't think Michael early in his career had his ability fully taken advantage of.
I would agree with that. So I want to be very clear about this. If you made me choose right now between watching a game of Michael Vick in Atlanta, I'm talking about the Michael Vick experience, between that and watching a Lamar game now, give me the experience every Sunday, Monday, Thursday. Because it was spectacular.
It was unbelievable on that turf.
But my very sentiment is what helped, quote unquote, ruin Michael as a passer. Because that was a day and time in which Dan Reeves was not going to call many runs for Michael because it just wasn't done. You don't run a little quarterback, and he was viewed as a small man.
And you tried to protect the quarterback. You're running him into harm's way.
So Michael, who can be very sensitive to what the public wants of him, he knew the customers wanted him to bolt. Because what entertains the masses, it's winning a little bit, but they paid to watch him bolt the pocket. So what would be his nature? It would be, like you said, maybe one quick look and I am gone.
Here you go.
Because you're not going to get that play called by your coordinator, Dan Reeves, or your play caller. You're going to have to make it on your own. And by the way, when he bolted and got free in the open, it was
so fun.
Skip, people don't realize this. Michael Vick was the first visiting quarterback to hand Green Bay a playoff loss at Lambeau.
And that was a low-scoring game. Cold. He pulled that off.
That overtime game against Minnesota, when he broke the pocket. And both of these guys are electric, Skip. But I believe right now Lamar is so far ahead of where Mike was in his second year throwing the football. It's not even close.
And why is that? Because Lamar has been allowed to become a dedicated passer. He is a pass-first passer because he knows full well the next play might be a called power run, So he knows he's going to get to run, what, dozen times a game?
Easy
a dozen times. Well, Michael had to make his own runs by scrambling. Right? Okay, so Lamar has dedicated himself to the art of passing. And I'm telling you, he's getting Peyton-esque, Brady-esque in reading and finding the most open target and hitting him right on the money.
Skip,
he's deadly at it.
Because we watch him, and you watch him like I do. You see, last year, when the play was broken down, he's looking to run. He's like, okay, I'm looking to run. Now, he'll break, and he'll start drifting to the side. Okay, let me find somebody. Where's Andrews? Where's Boyles? Oh, Snead. He's looking for guys that, okay, they're not there. Nah, I'm gone. Because he knows, Skip, like, I can get 10 yards, but I like what I saw Sunday, Skip, because there was an opportunity from times he might have could have got 2 or 3 yards more. He said, nah, I'm good. Stepped out of bounds. I'm good.
Michael Vick was also an extraordinary athlete to the point he had a huge arm. Like I'm talking about a big cannon, way bigger than Lamar has, but not an accurate cannon. So it was wild high, it was a little off. This guy is just flicking darts, or he's flicking missiles, because the velocity on Lamar is
The greatest throw Michael Vick had, Skip, was that Monday night game when he was the Eagles.
Lord,
and it was kind of drizzling rain a little bit. And when he reared back and he threw the ball, it looked like 70 yards.
It looked like 70 yards. I can't remember. Was it Deshaun?
D-Jack,
Yeah. It was, yeah.
And, I mean, like I said, Mike was ahead of his time. I would have loved to have seen Mike in this era.
Right.
With somebody like a Greg Roman that understands his ability and can use it to its fullest.
Yep.
He was so fun to watch, though.
He was fun
man.
to watch. Yeah. I just don't think he could run with the authority between the tackles. Lamar can.
No. He's a much smaller man than Lamar.
Yeah.
Mike goes, what, 5'11", maybe 210. Lamar is what, 6'2", 225? Do
you think he's 220? He might.
Probably 220 now.
Well, the neck looks like he's
he's like a linebacker with that neck.
Well, Mike is often on our show, and what I think is so refreshing is how supportive he is. He's always mentored him, and he wants him to break this record. He said that all along to us.
Right.
That speaks highly of him as well.
Mike said he thought the record would get broken, but just not this quick.
Yeah, he's like, I wanted it to happen, maybe not right
Michael
away.
is so humble about
he is.
about just giving in to the next generation. Like he's got next, and I'm blessing him.
And the thing is, Mike really didn't have anybody like that he could go to.
No.
These guys now that come in and can do what Lamar is doing, they can go back and they can talk to Mike. They can talk to Cam.
Yeah.
Cam was the guy. Now Cam didn't, what they call power plays. They called a lot of plays for Cam to run, and I think that kind of hurt Cam early on too.
It did.
Well, 22 yards to go for that single season record. Thursday night,
It's gonna happen on our network.
Facing Darnold and the Jets, 7:30 on Fox. The NFL is investigating the Patriots over a crew filming the Bengals sideline from the press box in the Bengals-Browns game on Sunday. New England released a statement that said the film crew worked independently of football operations and was working on a feature involving the Patriots scouting department. And yesterday, Bill Belichick also said that this was something that the team had, quote, 100% nothing to do with. So, Shannon, what do you make all this?
He's lying. This is a really bad look, Skip. I played for Mike Shanahan from 1995 to 1999 and 2002 to 03. And he had the kind of control Bill Belichick has. Nothing that was football related happened without Mike Shanahan's blessing. Zero. Coach Belichick would have you believe that somebody hired an independent film crew to chart behind to do your jobs, and each week it's a different person that's doing his job to help the Patriots best achieve their ultimate goal, get to and win the Super Bowl by doing their job. That's what Coach Belichick would have you believe. So this is a rogue individual. Skip Bayless, how many times have you ever seen a Patriot player dive with the ball in his hand towards the end zone? You've never seen it because Coach Belichick understands that there's more risk than good that can come from that. Coach Belichick had a route, Skip, when we talked about it yesterday, when Tom Brady threw the ball to Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman then threw the ball to Amendola for a touchdown. But what they had done is that they violated the spirit of the rule. They had players that had ineligible numbers lined up as eligible, and players that have eligible numbers lined up as ineligible.
And that loophole got closed.
And it got closed. So Coach Belichick knows everything.
Yep.
Skip Bailey, now, it's hard for me to believe that this videographer, this video company came from outside the Boston area. The Boston area. So what they are very everybody. I guarantee you, ask anybody at the age of 18 or older, what is Spygate, they can tell you. So that you want me to believe that this independent videographers, that's what they want you to believe, they're independent, Skip, didn't know this? Now, Skip, because here's what happened now. Diana Rossini's reporting, a source told